Hey you guys, it's Janine here from the Wealth Building Academy, and today I wanted to answer the question on whether or not you should make an extra payment on your mortgage or use that money for savings/investing. Now, this is another question that I get frequently, and I think people are kind of torn between whether or not they should get rid of their debt and pay down that mortgage, or if they should actually use that money to invest and start growing their investment portfolio. Now, I think there are a couple of things that need to be taken into account. The first is if you don't have any savings outside of your home and you aren't investing for retirement, I think it's important to make sure you start doing that as soon as possible. We always want to have a balanced approach to debt repayment and investing for the future. A good way to look at this is by actually calculating how much of your net worth is liquid. So you would take your net worth number and then take the equity portion of your home out of that net worth. So if your net worth was $100,000 and you had $50,000 worth of equity in your home, you would have a $50,000 liquid net worth. And so equity is calculated by the actual value of your home less the amount or your mortgage that you still owe on that home. So again, if your home was worth $550,000 and you have a $500,000 mortgage, you have $50,000 worth of equity. The reason this is important is you don't want all of your assets of your net worth tied up in one type of asset. So that could be a home. That could also be the stock market. We want to make sure that we're diversifying across all of our different investment types so that we are lowering our risk. I do tell people to aim for at least 20 to 30% of their net worth to be liquid so that if something did happen, you could sell those investments. I think a better number to aim for if you're further along in your mortgage repayment journey is about 50%, and that is currently what we are working towards in our household as well. The second thing that you want to take a look at is what the interest rates are doing. Now, with the global pandemic right now, interest rates are at an all-time low. So if you are securing a mortgage at like 1.7%, I would definitely say focusing your extra cash on the investment side of things or the savings side of things where you can earn more than that is going to be the best use of your money financially. So if you're able to earn 7 to 10% in the stock market, that's going to be far greater than that 1.7% you're paying on that mortgage. That being said, if your mortgage rate is a little bit higher, you will need to calculate whether or not you can actually benefit from leveraging the stock market and making those 7% plus returns. Though I would say that I don't think anyone's mortgage these days is sitting at around 7%. So it does usually make sense to put some extra money into your investment portfolio. Now, the last thing I'll say is your ability to survive on one income. Now, I think I've mentioned this in previous videos, but a good rule of thumb if you are in a dual income household is to make sure that you can afford your mortgage payments on 25% of the net income that's coming into your home. So I guess this would also apply to individuals in a single income home, making sure, again, only a quarter of the income is used to be making those mortgage payments, and that allows you some flexibility if your income is cut maybe in half or one of the individuals in the relationship loses their job, as we've seen here in Canada and specifically Alberta these past, 9 months we've been in this pandemic for. So it's a really good rule of thumb for temporary situations that you can't always plan for. Now, I think this is important because it also allows you to reduce your stress, and that's ultimately what all of personal finance does come down to, is the personal side of things. So if having a mortgage is something that really stresses you out, you may want to focus again on getting rid of that mortgage and getting rid of that debt as fast as you possibly can. Again, I would caution that you are leveraging a balanced approach. So if that's 80% of your extra payment going towards your mortgage and 20% going towards investments, you will set yourself up for longer term success with a well-diversified portfolio. So do keep that in mind, and you can always tweak the amount from year to year that you're putting towards extra payments. So maybe this year it's 80-20 and maybe next year it's 60-40, And then as you continue to lower how much you owe on your mortgage, perhaps you'll continue to increase the amount that you're putting into savings and investments. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the question section below, and I will see you next week.